The Gobby Gaffer works in Fantasyland. Have you seen what's happening at Reading in real life? Fortunately, I can't see any Gobby Gaffer out banners, so I think we're alright for the moment. Welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer and part 25 of this year's Grassroots to Goal Boots. And having resigned from Rochdale AFC, doing some sterling work there and getting them into the Championship for the first time in their history, I decided that I'd taken them as far as they could go, looked for another job and, ended up here at Reading. And boy, in real life, our Reading in some turmoil. Nothing to do with the Gobby Gaffer, you understand. Let's see what's been going on, shall we? As you know, we had about a 40,000 wage deficit, which wasn't great. The finances are really important at a football club. We needed to sort that out. So as you can see here, I've done a lot of loans. A lot of the young kids have gone out and have made the stipulation that the club who are loaning them pay most of their wages. It's not been easy, but I have managed to shift quite a few players out, and I've sold one or two as well, and I've been able to transfer the transfer budget into the wage budget and managed to get that wage deficit down quite nicely. So as you can see, the wage budget is 240,000 and we now committed spending is 260,000. So I've halved the deficit, which is, really important. The overall balance was 16 million when I took over. It's now 13 million. So we are losing money, which is still not great, but I'm still working on things. I have brought quite a few new staff members in, set piece coach. I've asked for more coaches. They've given them to me. So the coaching system is looking rather nice now. And that bar chart is looking, well, much more like a Gobby Gaffer bar chart for coaching. We do still have one space and I've got somebody coming in. He needs a work permit. He's not actually arrived yet. After the very creditable 0-0 draw away at Sheffield Wednesday, I stuck a couple of friendlies in there, which, just for a bit of fitness, see how the team's playing, see how people are fitting in. I've still got to learn about the players that I've acquired, so a couple of friendlies in there, very important. We came back with a game against Bristol City at home, another creditable 1-1 draw. Remember, we were bottom of the league, so the expectations at the club were, well, not great, to be honest. So we were picking the points up. And then we played Burnley. By the way, at this point, Burnley were top of the league, and it was an away game for us. I feared the worst. We beat them 3-2. Don't ask me how we did that. I'm not quite sure. But, we beat them 3-2. Hat-trick from Christopher Billington. But we played really, really well. And the players seem to be responding really well to the new tactic. I did change it slightly for the Derby game. Kind of went a little bit more attacking. But it didn't work, and at home we only got a 1-1 draw. But again, another very valuable point. And then we played, yes, you guessed it, Rochdale AFC, and we absolutely battered them 3-0, after which they sacked their manager. He's only been there a couple of months. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to say I do have a soft spot for Rochdale. Obviously I will do, because they did great things with them. But I'm now Reading manager and, we just need to trample everybody underfoot. And that's the reality in football, isn't it? To get to the top, to win the trophies, you just have to trample everybody underfoot. So, we battered Rochdale. They sacked their manager. They're now on the lookout for somebody who can take them out of the relegation area. Then we played Swansea at home, and a real reverse in this one. We actually got battered ourselves 3-1, which wasn't great. But then we went on the a little bit more attacking, the 4-2-3-1 asymmetric tactic, and at home against Coventry, a nice 1-0 win. So we are picking up some very valuable points, and at the moment I'm absolutely chuffed to little mint balls. The league is looking very, very promising, as you can imagine, picking those points up. We're now 16th in the league. Yes, we dragged ourselves up off the bottom of the table. We're 16th. We've played 23 games and we've got 26 points. And as long as we can keep picking up those little sneaky draws here and there and the odd wins, I think we'll do okay this season and we'll definitely stay in the Sky Bet Championship. As I said, I've been working on the wage deficit, so 1 or 2 players have been sold. There's quite a lot of young kids gone out on loan. My first team squad now is it's probably about the right balance, I think. I don't think I'm too worried about it. But then you do have to consider that I have brought a couple of young kids out of the under-21s. One of them being Abraham Kanu, 21-year-old. I'm not quite sure why he was in the under-21s because at 6'2", heading of 11, jumping reach of 15 and tackling of 16, mentals look very, very good. And physically, well, he's a bit of a beast. I don't know why he was down there. So anyway, he's been brought up to the first team squad. And also another player from the under-21s who's been promoted. It's Matteo Dinardo. He's only 18, this kid, but he's got 4.5 star potential. Currently 2, but if you look at his stats, I think he's going to be a top player. So these lads can sit on the bench. And obviously, when we get to the 70th minute, we can bring them on, give them a bit of first team, game time. But it also helps our squad out as well immensely. And having played quite a few games now, I am beginning to see the little areas in the team where we do need some backup. And if you just look at the tactic that I'm playing at the moment with Stanton as a kind of left-sided attacking midfield player, that's because left wingers, we don't really have. Poku can play there. He's not been amazing at it. He can play there, but he's been out injured for a good few weeks. So I'm playing this, which hopefully keeps us defensively solid, but we're able to mount a counter attack and do a little bit of damage in the attacking areas. Okay, that's all the waffling out of the way, you'll be glad to hear. We're going to get stuck into 2 games now. And, well, it's a strange mix today. We're actually playing the best team in the league and the worst team in the league. Yes, it's Blackburn, who currently are number 1. They've got the top place in the league. Derby they've replaced us at the bottom of the league. Let's get stuck in. We'll see you in the dugout. Well, welcome along to Ewood Park, and I'm sure 31,000 capacity. I'm sure it'll be pretty full today. Blackburn, top of the shop, looking for promotion to the Premier League. And the team is Boyce Clark in goal, back 4 of Guinness Walker, McIntyre, Holmes and Babangu. Got 2 DMs today, Savage and Smodics. Taylor is playing a box-to-box role today. Stanton as that left-sided attacking midfield player. Hat-trick hero Billington on the right wing with Luca Morrow, who comes back in for a game today. He actually didn't start the last game. I'm not, striker-wise, I'm not convinced by any of the strikers at the club at the moment. So they are all getting a chance to show their worth. I mean, let's hope Luca Morrow can do it today. We're going to need some goals. And we're underway. I have no high expectations for this game today. We've already beaten Burnley, who were top of the league at the time. So I can't see us doing it again. But a point would be very nice. Coming up to half an hour on the clock now. And we do get our first highlight. And it is a highlight for Blackburn. And Buckley's going to swing this ball into the box. Boyce Clark needs to be on his toes here. And he is. What a great save at his near post there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So Savage now, we get a chance to float the ball into the box. Very, very poor ball. Savage again, and Blackburn come away with a loose ball there. And they've got 2 players on that right-hand side. Are defending there, bit of a shambles. And that's a big game penalty. Hey, we all love a big game penalty, don't we? So I think we've had a penalty in every game that we played with Reading up to now that's been like at a top of the table. Well, not top of the table, but against a team that are a lot better than us. So for us, it's like a big game. We get a penalty in virtually every single one of them. And unfortunately, just before half time, Blackpool with that penalty do go 1-0 in the lead. And with 5 minutes of time added on in the first half, and that's been shocking. So I'm going to say it's been terrible. Sort yourselves out. Let's just have a quick look, make sure nobody's injured. And we do have a very, very, very tired team. So we've obviously done a lot of work in that half. A couple of changes then. Poku has come on the left wing now, replacing Stanton. and a Breffer has come on at right wing back. So we're not really making much of an impression on this game at all. XG of 0.05. We've had 2 shots, 1 on target. But we are looking to play the ball around here a little bit. Nice ball out onto the wing. Billington just gives the ball away, basically. Can we get that ball back? Yep, Billington actually wakes up eventually and says, oh, there's something whiting round at my feet. What am I meant to do with this? Meant to keep possession and pass it off to a Reading shirt. And unfortunately, again, we're getting a little passage of play here that's very indifferent. And Sigerson here is just going to fire through. But to be fair, Boyce Clark makes a nice save there. 63 minutes, 2 more changes. Abline has come on up front, gone to 2 up top now. We had nothing to lose in this game, and the young kid DiNardo has come on in midfield. 81 minutes, and again, problems with wingers. I don't really have anybody who can put on that right wing, so Edwards, who can play up and down that side as a wing back, he's really a full back, but he's come on there to replace Billington. We do have a very, very tired team. And we do get a corner. Schmodix now fires the corner in. That comes to nothing. Can we get a late goal here and get an equaliser? Ball into the box. But that's punted out by Blackburn. So our play today has been pretty awful. We've just not looked on it at all. And another ball into the box there. Very, very, very poor. Guinness Walker there. Busting her guts to get to that ball, and the young kid DiNardo slides the ball in, and unfortunately for the young kid, the keeper makes a save down to his right hand side. And we're into 5 minutes of time added on. Still 1-0 down. It looks like we've dropped 3 points there, but you know, I can't be too harsh with the lads. They're, you know, top of the league, a 1-0 defeat against the top of the league. So I'm going to say unlucky lads. Don't want to give them too much of a flea in the rear. And with that result, yes, we do drop to 17th place now on 26 points. But we do have a great chance of picking up some points in the next game, because it's Derby County and they are rock bottom of the league. Having said that, however, I know how this game works. We seem to do well against the top teams. The bottom teams, however, not so much. We'll see you in the dugout. Well, welcome along to the 33,000 capacity Pride Park. I can't see there being 33,000 here today. They're bottom of the league. I don't think they'll have a great support today. Maybe we can turn that to our advantage. The team is Boyce Clark in goal. Back 4 of Guinness Walker, McIntyre, Holmes and Abengu. Playing slightly different today. We're going to go for this game a little bit more. So we've got Savage as the ball-winning midfield player. Taylor is the box-to-box. 2 wingers on today, Poku and Billington. Stanton has moved a little bit over to the right-hand side, but still as the attacking midfield player. And very unimpressed with Luca Morrow at the moment. So the young loney Herbie James comes on. He's only a young kid, he's only 20, but he's very, very quick. So I'll probably need to give him a little bit of a, you know, run of games. He's a 3-star, he's got potential of 4.5. So I think this kid, given a run, could do the business for us. But, you know, when you've got players like Poku and Luca Morrow in your team, then you kind of think, right, I should start with them. But neither of them have set the world on fire. Let's get stuck in. Well, my pre-match team talk went down like, well, like a lead balloon, really. I didn't get any response from them at all. And Derby have started the better of the 2 teams, and they do get the first highlight. And, well, contrary to what I was saying, there actually does look like a decent crowd here. So the fans are sticking behind them. So ball through there to Morris. Morris fires the ball. It hits the post, comes out, and they do get a second bite of the cherry. So I've gone a little bit more attacking in this game now. And we do come back to our first highlight. Billington floats the ball into the area. And that looks like a foul. No, Guinness Walker there with the ball down that left-hand side into Poku. What can Poku do? Decides not to take anybody on. And this time, this is a big game penalty against Derby. Because, well, this is quite a big game for them. They need the 3 points. But we do get the penalty. And the young kid James steps up, right-footed, ball into the bottom corner, and we are 1-0 up away at Derby County. It would be very nice to take this lead now into half-time and get the lads in, give them a bit of a pep talk, although to be fair, my pep talks at the moment don't seem to be going down very well. So half-time comes. The assistant has recommended things are going well, but I think you're capable of even better. Don't want to put pressure on the players at this stage. Not till I've got my feet under the table a bit more, and I've got some of my own players in who I know that I can talk to. So I'm just going to say I'm pleased we've created loads and the scoreboard reflects that. Let's just have a look for tiredness. Nowhere near as tired as we were against Blackburn, so that's quite nice to see. But interesting again, Ernest Poku on a 6.4 out on that wing. So just the one change then. Poku is coming off. He's worth about 20 odd million, I think. I think we might be trying to sell him, and let's try and bring a couple of players in who will fit into my system. But Schmodix, he's not a natural winger, but he can play out there, and he's going to fill the inside forward role. So let's see if we can get a second goal on the scoreboard in this second half. So we go into this second half now. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target. We are matching Derby, but our XG is much better, 1.46. And the first highlight comes on 56 minutes. We do get a throw in. Guinness Walker back to Savage. And that was a very poor ball. But given straight back to us again. Schmodix there. Plays the ball out to Taylor. What an absolutely stunning strike from Taylor. And that is absolutely brilliant. Schmodix there. Come on in the second half. Replacing Poku. And immediately makes an immediate effect. And provides the cross. So ball there back from Guinness Walker. Schmodix there, a ball over to Taylor, and he just rifles that right-footed into the bottom corner, and we 2-0 up. 2 more changes. Purcell has come on to replace the injured Taylor, and have moved the centre-back Holmes into the ball-winning midfielder role, because we did have Savage on a yellow card, which is not ideal. And the young kid Canu has come on at centre-back. Let's see what he can do. And we come straight back to a highlight. Billington there, a ball into no man's land, and that was very, very poor. So somebody needs to get the footing, which they do. Young kid James now, can he get his second of the game? He's hit the post with that. Can we nick that ball? No, we can't. And that was very unlucky for the young kid. Throwing on the right-hand side, Mabengu now, Purcell, Mabengu again. He's playing the ball all the way back to Canu. Canu now to Mabengu. This is going to go back to Canu again, I think. Canu, yeah, ball, and that's given away, and that's unlucky that for the young kid. Somebody needs to get a foot in here. We do get a foot in, and Billington now picks up the scraps, comes away with the ball into midfield, and it's a poor ball again. So we've now reverted to the type of play that we played against Blackburn, where we were giving the ball away unnecessarily. So corner to Derby County, floated in. That should be the keeper's ball. Boyce Clark he doesn't really need to jump for that one. And it drops straight into his arms. Billington now with a corner for Reading. Floats the ball in. It's quite a low one. And do we get ahead on that one? James fires the ball over the top from close range. 62 minutes and a little change here. So James has now gone to play on the wing, which he can do quite comfortably, and Abline has come on as the centre forward. Billington looking very, very, very tired. So I've dropped to a positive mentality now, just to try and conserve a little bit of energy. 9 shots, 4 on target, XG of 1.95. And we're now dropped into a low block, and we've gone to a cautious mentality. We're just going to try and hold on to this game. Stickland has come on at centre back. So we've got 2 fairly new centre backs on the pitch now. Let's see if we can hold on to this 2-0 lead. So we are even in a low block. We are still pushing forward. 11 shots, 5 on target, an XG of 2.21 now. There's 5 minutes of time added on, and it's a highlight to Derby. Are we going to keep a clean sheet in this game, or are Derby going to come back at us? We should be fairly defensively stable now with this low block. But they have given the ball away. The young kid James. The young kid James on the right-hand side there. I've kind of liked the look of this young kid, and he's definitely going to get some more game time. But we do get a corner now. And there's about 4 minutes of the game to go. Schmodic's now going to play an outswinger. Very, very poor that to the near post. Stanton now, what's he going to do with this? And actually it looks like I think we are going to pick up. We're going to pick up a nice 3 points at Derby County and another nail in Derby County's coffin. And with that result, we're on the move again, and this time it's a positive move. We have moved up the table, 16th, 25 games played, 29 points. So not a bad little episode there. Never expected to beat Blackburn, but after we'd beaten Burnley in the kind of same position, I kind of had some hopes that we might get something out of it. We do seem to play quite well against the top teams and not so well against the bottom teams. However, having said that, yeah, today's episode has reversed that, so we lost against Blackburn, but a nice 2-0 win against Derby County, and seeing as they've replaced us at the bottom of the league, well, it's quite heartwarming, that, isn't it? Anyway, 2 away games today, so we've not had any of those on-pitch shenanigans to look at. Hopefully, by the next home game, little of all has settled down. We'll see you very shortly.